I went to the post office to return the orange tab pinafore from Levi's. I thought it was just a little too snug. Um, my tea's almost done. And at the post office informed me it's UPS. So I was told there was a UPS box on Monument Square, and I went there and I didn't find one, but I did find Foley's dessert, and they've got some special seasonal ones. I chose the cherry cheesecake. And then I went into FedEx and asked them, hey, do you know where do you know where a UPS drop-off box is? And they told me across the street in the time and temperature building. They didn't think it was open, but we went across the street. We're in before 5 p.m. We found it. So that may be going back. My thoughts on the pinafore. I really like it. I've got a lot of denim, so it feels stock to me, and even though I don't have denim in a pinafore shape, I think what I want to do is I think I want to be fashioning my own clothes. Lifting them off the page, my language and framework, what it means is signature. Certainly the things that I can make most indelibly in origin as much as possible will have the same signature fashion to the eye appeal. I'm going to get that tea. It's tea time. Why I oughta just have some tea. I think I oughta have some tea. Tea and honey. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. So, there's that. And this off. And this here. Let this steep. I brought my little tea tongs. I'll make this all good to go. Anyway, this cherry cheesecake, wow, crumble, it's very heavy. I might just be having this for dinner. Dessert. Let's see, what else? Not been following the news, although I've had a little bit of those hair trigger moments of, oh, I can say something about that, but I thought, you know, it's only shirk and jerks talking to shirk and jerks, so, or the gratuitous do to connect the dudes, you know? Even if it's creating an image to look upon me for no reason, defend, okay? Because you're gonna go jacked off to two dudes. You know? It's very decadent. Wow, I might need to have a little dinner first. Try it again. This might just make me very heady. Heady with a tailspin of sugar. It's very good. I'm just afraid it's not what I need right now. I'll be right back. I'm going to find the container, put it back in. This decadent, I can make this last for several days. I'm a little agitated because, when I take Minnow out, he does pull, and sometimes we go in different directions, so that's kind of annoying. And I kind of get tired of the repeated just yanking, like, you know. And then also I was rather abrupt. Leonard was outside the entrance. Sometimes people go outside around the corner of the front entrance to smoke. He was out there hanging out. The other night he was diagonal across the street. It was dark. He sounded like he was in a drunken stupor. He's like, Minnow! Minnow! And Minnow's looking at him, but I'm like, Minnow, we're going this way, because I didn't want to talk to Leonard. You know, it's one thing that he's imposing himself on me in the foyer, and I can't really go anywhere. And, you know, when I was there talking with Bean, and, you know, having to kind of like take his personality and what he has to offer without a rec course. I'm presuming, based on, you know, the conversation with Bean was like, you know, the man's from a generation, you can't tell him anything, you know. And then I reflect on, you know, when he's choking my dog, hey, you're choking my dog. No, I'm not. You know, and it wasn't really a, no, I'm not. It was more of a belligerent, like, you know, you don't know the facts, bitch. Okay, it was more like that. So, not had a chat with Leonard. What I did do is very obviously when he was diagonal at the street corner yelling for Minnow, hightailed it, Minnow the other way. If that was not enough, going towards the you have to get on the sidewalk, so I prefer to take the driveway where it's smooth instead of popping a wheelie over the curb with my knee rover. So the driveway goes into the back of 555, the restaurant. Across from that driveway is around the corner from the entrance where people that smoke will hang out, and that's where Leonard was. He's like, hey Minnow, hey Minnow, hey Minnow, and Minnow's like, Minnow knows his name. Minnow's all, you know, ready to give love, and I am like, bowling Minnow, like, we're going this way. You know, I'm not saying anything to you, Leonard. I would really appreciate it if you could bone up on a clue. You know, instead of, I see it, I pick it, I pet it, it's mine. Sometimes I felt that way as a woman in the past. You know, just because you see it doesn't mean you should pick it or pick it up, you know, and it doesn't mean it's yours. All right, going back to, I'm getting I've switched to bean soup, waiting for my bean soup to heat up, having a little jasmine tea with honey, and working on Primo. I think of other, I had a significant thought to relate. Yeah, it occurred to me that we're defining one-on-one. Who are you going to put your money on? I didn't set out to be the ag. I didn't set out to be the judge and the land. I set out for me, okay? Because I'm like, that's bullshit. Your police officers, one, are going to tell me anything that they've ever thought to protect my means that I carry with me? You know, for starters, for forcing starters by talking to me. And then, oh, you don't like my attitude? I sincerely need to inform you, you've never made love or brought honey, okay? And your law has no consort or contort that is not paid thiefin to exist in the first place. Okay. So it did it for me. I wasn't, well, I've always believed in the power of one. Like, I'll change that if I want to. I've believed in the power of one. It's interesting now to look at this, started in 2012, you know, five-ish years later, to see the progress, to see the work. And I can't deny it. I can't deny its value, and then prognosticate from it, forecast the deserving and what it takes and why it takes. So we're looking at one-on-one. Who are you going to put your money on to do your speaking for you? It's going that way. I intended to be the judge for me, for the means that seeked. It was always my premise that you provide the reflection, you'll get your reflection back. Now, what I already know good and well doing 2D performance art is the fakers can't honestly ad-lib such as I. And they reveal themselves, okay? And their limitations. Their limitations is they haven't thought it through. And then if you think about it, they didn't care to. Their desire is a farce. Their effort that they laid down their life never happened. Okay? Not even to take a wife or bear kids, or to speak of a value you would have near and dear to you. What else? There's no one in the competitive marketplace thiefing that's doing what I'm doing, that's speaking their mind and not being taint with paint, pot and paint. Okay, container doffed to toft. For no reason, you're all thieving. There's no one doing that. There's no one that can get away with it, as in he ate also. Okay. I would surmise that's for a reason. One of the things that I can see, though, very clearly, that your ag of the competitive marketplace thiefing has designed a language that was never meant to be even. You as a woman were never meant to rate among the savior. All these men, frame and doff stupid to toot toff thiefend, are not the heir, H-E-I-R. And no matter what they say or do to dudes that inevitably dow with war because the ag condones that, to be seen as a primary mover, okay, to protect you, no, they're not protecting me, okay? They have no consideration for me whatsoever. I am merely the gesture to exist so that I can be date raped and pillaged by hyphens. D-8 R-ape. Okay? And as you rape an ape, you pedal lead doft. Okay? L-E-L-H-, the luteinizing hormone of who you think's a real man. To the bone, to the tone, to the H-R, the ho, you are, roan, gutter, from the eaves, drain, dB, decibels, drain and brain. I bet the same. Semen, same end, on my game that I can heal. I it again. So it's inevitable that it was also my premise from the beginning that competition is a theory that has no boundaries. And I'm tired of watching it compete on value. I'm tired of it competing on me. I'm tired of advertising content that considers its trite right to just stamp on me fucking ads all over the place. I don't go to One Green Planet. I like animals too, and they've got sentimental animal stories. I don't go there. Look at all the ads on that. I'm like, I can't navigate this. I'm totally annexing websites that have got noise ads, and you're like, where is this making noise? I was listening to my music, but now I have to hunt where your ad is so I can turn the noise off. Or the ones that pop up, or they come at the side, or the page keeps shifting in shape because I'm trying to read content, but oh, here's an ad. So it moves the content down, and I scroll, and it freezes my web. It freezes my page. So I'm like, you know what? I can't read this. It was not meant to be consumed. It's not a consumable, Or you've got Mac making bellwether products, leader for the technology industry of virtual connection, but your identity is all thief-end. Who's really put out here? With all your for-re-war -d advances, dad and advances? Yeah? You think any one of you at Mac, including Tim Cook, can speak for me? In any capacity. The only value you can continue is to be a thief-end and try and position it as virtue as you thank vets for putting their life down for you. Okay, but you're giving me the onus and burden of having to babysit vets all over the place who think that they look at me and they have the right, okay, to comment, to nad and dad on for no reason thief-end. That I have a conversation with them, they think they have the right to politely listen and then make anything else they want up on me and call that policy. Oh, did I talk to you while you were at work? Who's getting paid to shirk and jerk? Constant lie. I have to say, bottom line, I'm really not into burying your goods, your skin as a woman, when you only stand to be looked onto and be commented onto, thief and through. There's something very wrong with that. in light of those women that don't want to be abused for desiring to work or thinking that work is a virtue. Okay? Now, in years past, when we didn't know better, universally speaking, because my parallax is out there virtually, and it's only continued to grow to do so. In years past, one could possibly say you didn't know better, but at this point, you know, if I've contacted you directly, you certainly do know better. You know, you could be upset that, and you want to, I don't know, Jerusalem, is it Palestine or Israel? Are those the two countries in contention? I really don't know. All I know is all you voting on it are not the heir, and you're not really concerned about real follow-through right here, okay? That much I know. So to me, your city, you can see how I can make an arc. Arc a story, arc for two. My dad was born in Capitol Reef National Monument before it was a monument. He homesteaded in Torrey, Utah. My mom was in Kearns, okay? I can arc a story 2 by 2 that would make us the Genesis, okay? I'm saying that if I can do that on a parallax, given a frame that no man, frame and doft, can mark tone on to with his word, okay? In the same time and reception, meaning when I put my word on the line, that's time. You know? That's time. Jacked off, certainly, if I point it out to him, if he needs it pointed out, is only providing time. So if you want to mark on me legitimately, question mark, you need to provide your real stats, your face, your fucking name, your address, all of that, because you need to wear your shame singularly for what you malfeasantly want. And that's by design, because I think you're stags. Okay, you think you're independent, but I don't think you are. And it's not for, and if I need to parse that, I would say, look, there's some of you that don't want to be frame and doffed. It's unfortunate. You need me to change that, okay? You can't do it inside your own framework, nor outside of it, because it still ends up doffed to dow with war, to believe in Jesus Christ without the means to. Jesus Christ is fictional in need, if you desire to relate right here. So, you know, having a political opinion, because you're a model, you know, whether it's Palestine or Jerusalem, I'm like, cut to the chase, the core, the root, and stop showing your tits and your cunt all around the world, and get honest with your virtue and follow through. You know? You know, modeling these days isn't about wearing clothes. It's about getting naked. It's tooling a look for doffed, stupid, to comment on you and think he owns the world, okay? You're getting naked for doffed to stay doffed tone on you. You're giving doffed a value that doffed has not the desire to earn. What it does for the people that think for a living to be present is questions me, what's wrong with you? I don't exist for you, stupid. Go look up Pamela Anderson, okay? Force starters, you know? That's what's wrong with me. There's only one of me here, apparently. Did you want to know about my new idea? Be afraid, be very afraid.